Hey guys, I want to quickly show you a cool thing I just got off of Amazon. I think I paid around $10 for this. I'll include the link in the description of this video. It's an HDMI switcher. So it'll take in two different HDMI inputs and then it switches them out. So it has HDMI here and here. And then it has one output. So I'll put an HDMI cable here and have this go into my computer. I have like an Elgato capture card. And so that will be the input. The output is always going to be that one computer. Yeah, and then for my input, it has a 1 and 2, it has a little button here we can toggle. And when you press it in, it stays kind of depressed there. And when you unpress it, it comes unpressed. What I'm going to do is put this camera right here. I'm going to have the input, this HDMI cord is going to input into the number 1. And I have another camera, which is right over here, which you can't really see, right here. And then that camera is going to be into the number 2 input. That way I don't have to buy a second capture card, a second Elgato capture card, which is like $100+. I can just use this $10 device and switch between the two. The only downside is I can't use the two at the same time. So let me get this hooked up and we'll see if it works the way I'm hoping it does. Alright, I have this all hooked up now and I'll show you how it's working. So this is on Open Broadcaster Studio. This is the HDMI switch. And so it's just sitting right back here. Let's get a good spot so we can see it. And I really need to do some cable management. I got a lot going on here. But so when this button is pressed right here, it'll toggle between these two. So I have an HDMI cord coming in here and one coming in here. Right now we're on this number 2. And this out is actually going back here into my computer, which is sitting right here. It's into this first tower. So I have a camera here, which is the input 1, but we're on input 2 right now, which is right here. That's this Blackmagic camera. So it's just coming out the HDMI. So the one downside about this particular setup using Open Broadcaster Studio is when I switch over, so I'll press the button right now, it just says no signal. And it's sort of like double, the signal is different between these two cameras. I suppose if it was the same camera, this is like an old Rebel T3 Canon. I suppose if it was the same, I wouldn't have to do this, but I have to exit, and then I go to Open Broadcaster Studio, OBS, and then relaunch it, and then everything is okay now. So that's the one thing. I can't really switch back and forth seamlessly. I have to close Open Broadcaster Studio every time. But other than that, it's kind of nice that I can toggle between the two. I don't use these two simultaneously anyway. What I do, I have a scene set up here where it just shows like me in the bottom corner, and it captures my desktop and my mouse cursor. So I use it for tutorials. And then this one, most of the time, I'll be having it down here. So I'll be doing demonstrations with my hand, doing something like some kind of real in-person tutorial. Anyway, so that thing works out really well for me. You can probably use it for switching too. You could use it to switch like monitor input. Anything that's HDMI, you could use that product for. So hopefully you found this informative. I was just happened to be installing that and thought I'd share it with you guys. Have a nice day.